Hello friends, welcome back to our little coffee club. I'm so glad to be here with you guys again to try to keep you company for an hour or so. Today we're gonna review the second of the coffees that Joan sent me from the UK. On last week's video, you guys heard me rave about the first coffee I tried as far as co-ferments. It is by far the best one I've tried so far. I froze some of that coffee to kind of go back to it at the end of the year and review it and try to come up with the best of. I have now, I don't know, 5, 6 coffees frozen there that I've tried throughout the year. So today we're gonna take a look at the second of the coffees. This one is the same roaster. It's the same roaster. As a matter of fact, the little can looks very similar. I haven't read it. I hope it's not like the same coffee. I doubt it. Why would he send me 2 of the same ones? But yeah, the can looks very similar. We'll go to the other counter and pop that open and see what that has to give us. We are gonna do pour over first. I'll guess at the tasting notes and see what this is all about and try to guess at it. It's kind of fun. And then after that, I'll pull a shot of espresso and see how I like it as espresso. So if you're down for the task and down for hanging out with me here for an hour or so, let's go to the other counter and check it out. Oh, before we do that, I do want to mention a couple of things. First of all, I can't believe that I was able to record another video before going to Chicago to the Specialty Coffee Association Expo for 2024 in Chicago. Hopefully I'll be able to get some clips and images and something there for you guys that'll be kind of fun. And maybe we'll talk about that on the next video. So by the time, yeah, there's no way I can record something else now. By the time that you guys see me here again, I will already have been back from the show. So another thing I want to do is report back on the Square Mile coffee. You know, the Square Mile coffee is just a clean wash coffee. You know, you guys hear me say like time and time again that it's good, that it's great, that all these kind of words. Because again, guys, we're having like the best coffees in the world, okay? It's kind of hard to get it wrong, okay? These are some of like the best coffees. All of them are good. This one for me is a bit, it's not very exciting, you know? For example, okay, okay, this person has been contributing a lot to our little coffee club here and in the comments, and we've been going back and forth on some comments, but his YouTube handle's a little bit strong. Let's call it strong for this for this channel. Maybe he'll leave me his initials or something so I could call him something else. I mean, although I find it quite funny, the YouTube handle is off with their heads. You know, it's a little strong. But yeah, it is funny, off with their heads. Maybe he's Greek, Italian, you know, Roman, a Spartan, something like that, and he's into that. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, he's the one that told me that he likes his coffee clean and his whiskey neat. And you know, I can get on board with all of that. So maybe to him or her, I don't know what, you know, there's no way for me of knowing, but off with their heads, okay? Maybe they would like really love this coffee because it's very clean, but to me it's just a little bit unexciting. It's not very edgy. It doesn't bring anything like extra to the table, but it's a great coffee. So you'll hear me say that time and time again. It's kind of hard to you know, because everybody likes different kinds of flavor profiles and different kinds of things, you know. So this coffee, it has a bit of acidity, it has a bit of sweetness, you know, like a fruitier coffee, you know, but it's just not very peaky. Not a lot of highs and lows, and not, like I said, not very exciting. But to some people, that's exactly what they're looking for, and it's perfection. So, you know, to each their own. Okay, another thing I want to mention before we go on to brewing, you know, this is just a very small gesture, but, you know, but cool. You know, that a company that notices such a small channel like mine, I mean, why send me anything? Like, you know, 200-300 people are gonna see it. But, you know, some of my loyal fans here of our little coffee club, if you guys are looking for a puck screen, okay, there's a puck screen in here. I haven't even opened it. I'm gonna open this with you guys, and I'll do, you know, I'll show it to you guys and maybe do like a small cinematic video with it or something. I'm still thinking of what to do to kind of like show my appreciation for them sending this over, because I got this for free and I never get anything free, okay? I've gotten some free coffee, that's about it. But if companies like this, and this is called Gemini Coffee Tools, so check them out. I'll put some kind of link here on the video so that you guys can look into information as to this company. Maybe they're new, I don't know, but the fact that they take notice on such a small channel like mine and send me something, I really appreciate it. And I would, do what I can to help them. So if you're looking for a puck screen, you need a puck screen anyway, so check them out for sure. I'm gonna, do a deeper dive into this and talk to you guys about it on a specific video. But yeah, Gemini Coffee Tools, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I will post something in regards to this when I get around to it. Obviously after the Chicago show, everything's been kind of crazy for me right now, and filming videos so I could have a lot of content ready so I don't miss a Sunday. You guys know you can expect a new video from me every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. So I've been consistent now for well over a year. So without further ado, let's just take it over to the other counter and do a pour over with this coffee. I haven't read it. You guys can see it there. I haven't read it. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna guess at it. So let's go try it out. All right, here we go with the second of the coffees that Joan sent over. That's right, it's like a half a twist and then you pull up. It's got this kind of seal. Now the other one, I put it in one of my utmost canisters while I finished whatever I had left over after I vacuum sealed some of it again for the end of the year. But we'll see what this one brings. Yeah, that's the one downside. Although I love the packaging, the one downside of this packaging is that you can't really reseal it. So it's just best to take the beans out of here, put it in one of those vacuum seal Atmos or some other kind of canister you might have. Okay, all right, let's take a look at the roast level first and then we'll take it from there. Okay, there you guys see the roast level of the beans. To me, they just look like a true medium roast. There's not enough like light area in the middle of the beans to call them even medium to light. So I'll just go with a true medium, or maybe some people might say that it's even a little bit more like medium to dark. But yeah, I would just call it, true medium. Pretty much the same like the other beans. That's what I'm gonna say. It's pretty much the same. I hope they're not the same beans. These, when I first popped the can open and now that I have a chance to smell the aroma. Yeah, I don't know if it's a co-ferment, but I'm not getting that vibe from it. But again, the other ones, I kind of got that vibe from it, but it was very subtle. If, this is even more subtle. I mean, I can't believe it. If this is some kind of co-ferment, I can't believe it. But to call it like just straight up coffee, I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's grind them and see if it changes. Okay, so I have the focus locked on the brewer there. That's why I wanted to begin like this. I know my machine timed out, but I think I started it like too early. I'll just leave it there for now. Okay, we're gonna dose out. We're gonna do our usual 20 grams. And again, you guys see I'm gonna do it on the April. On the April brewer, I can kind of grind finer and still get like a fast flow. Or you can grind coarser and do a whole bunch of agitation and you'll still get a pretty decent high flow. So it gives you some flexibility as far as the flow rate because it's such a fast brewer. Okay, right there we're at 14 grams and we're gonna go to 20. So right now, if I had to guess, I say this is not a co-ferment. I'm still not getting any kind of, I would say it's not a co-ferment. I don't know, maybe it has some kind of fermentation process, but I wouldn't call it a co-ferment. I don't think they added any fruits or anything like that. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that at all. I'd be surprised to see that. Okay, so we are at, oh man, okay, wait a minute. I'm talking to you guys thinking about what I think about the coffee so far and not paying attention to my dose amount. I did 18 grams. Okay, so we're at 20. We're at 20 right there, exactly 20. I'm gonna put them away here for now, but then I'm gonna put them over to one of my utmost little canisters. So, I think I wanna start at 60 clicks, which is kind of like where I usually start, somewhere between 60 and 70 clicks, depending on the brewer, depending on what I'm doing. So let's go with 60 clicks. Water temperature, I had it at 96, but being that these beans are a little bit darker than I thought, I'm gonna bring it down to 94, just a little bit cooler water. Okay, so we're at 60 clicks, 20 grams. This is the K Plus model from Espresso. It's the hand grinder that I always use. I love it. This should take about 30 seconds. Okay, at the end, just give it a few taps to make sure you got everything. Okay, you see there was still a little bit left. For some reason, it's not ending today. Wow. Okay, once it spins freely like this, okay, we're good now, we're good. Those coffee beans were denser than you would think from looking at the roast level. I thought it would be like easier to grind, being that I saw them kind of darker than I was expecting. Okay, so let's get the brewer back up here. I'm gonna do a quick rinse, but first let me check focus. Okay, it should still be locked right here. Now, I do like rinsing the paper. I don't think it's like vital, but I do like doing it. And I like to warm up everything. Besides, I want some hot water so that I can put it into my cup, because that I definitely like. I like my cup to be hot. And if you don't warm it up first, then when you first pour the coffee in, the cup is not really up to temperature. Okay, so now I'll take this hot water, put it in the cup. You guys know my process, but there's always some new people on the channel. We're still growing very, very slowly, guys, but one day. I like sharing my experiences with you guys. I enjoy doing these brew sessions. I would do them regardless whether I'm filming a video or not. So, filming them is not that much of a big deal. I don't enjoy let's check our 20 grams. I don't enjoy the editing part so much, but except for the little cinematic clips. Those I kind of like doing. Okay, make sure you got everything through. Now, one thing I like doing is just using a WDT to kind of fluff up the grounds before I pour them in. Okay, we should have our 20 grams here. Exactly 20 grams. Okay, I guess it's fluctuating between 20 and 20.1. Okay, then you give it a little shake, kind of even everything out. Okay, next step, we tear the scale. Okay, so tear the scale and start your time. Timing, let's see. I would be happy between 3.5 minutes and 4 minutes to try this coffee for the first time. let's see that. So depending how things are flowing, I'll do either more agitation to slow it down, or don't touch it if it's flowing kind of fast. So we'll see where we're at once I start pouring. So on the April brewer, I do what I've learned as far as the April brewer from Patrick, the person that designed it, and the way that he came up with his brewing method for this brewer, and it's his brewer, so why not follow his instructions? And I quite enjoy it. You do a 50-gram circle pour, 50-gram center pour, repeat that 3 times, and you're done. So that's 20 grams in, 300 grams out, a 1:15 ratio. That's my ratio. I don't recall what ratio he likes, but he does break it down usually into 3 pours and doing it in that way. 100-gram pours, circle, center. So that's what I'm going with, and let's start the time. All right, here we go. Water at 94. Okay, 50 circle, 50 center, okay, went a little over. 102.4. So I'm not gonna touch it the very first pour. I'm just gonna see what happens here. Depending on how long it takes, I'll know what to do next. Okay, 45 seconds. That's pretty standard for my first pour. Let's go again. Okay, 50 circle, 50 center. I'm gonna give it a quick little swirl. Maybe slow it down just a tiny bit. Oh, as a matter of fact, the square mile coffee, something I didn't mention. The best, the best brew I got from that coffee was on the AeroPress. I think what happened is that the AeroPress kind of like dirtied it up a little bit for me. It wasn't so clean. It gave it a little bit more edge to it, a little bit more highs and lows, and that's the one I like the most. Okay, so we're at 2 minutes, and here we go with the third pour. I'm gonna have to do some more agitation, or we're gonna finish too fast, at least for what I like doing. Okay, we finish at 3:02. I can turn off the kettle, and now I'm gonna do some more agitation here. Let's do a good amount. And hopefully that's gonna slow it down for us, and we'll get another minute out of it at least. Although at the rate we're going, maybe not. Again, this is what dialing in is all about, guys. You grind finer if you want to slow it down. You grind coarser if you want to speed it up. You do more agitation to slow it down, or no agitation to speed it up. The water temperature, the same. You go hotter if you want more extraction, okay? But if you're starting to get bitter and like too much going on, then you want to go with cooler water. Keeping all the other variables the same, because again, you can affect the brew the same way by adjusting the other variables as well. Okay, I'm about to call it, but it's still dripping a little bit. We just made it to 3.5 minutes. Still dripping though. Maybe we'll get a few more seconds out of it. Okay, that's about it. I'm gonna call it at 3 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm right within that window that I like, kind of to start things out with. Now, based on the flavor, based on what happens here, then I'll adjust from there. So let's take it to the other counter and talk about it. All right, so let's give it a swirl and serve some of this coffee. Again, Joan, thank you so much for sending this over. I really appreciate it. Let's see what this one gives us. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a darn. Oh, I was not expecting that. Okay, you know, there's no funkiness at all in the can. You know, just no, it was pretty. I wouldn't say completely clean. I expect to see some kind of fermentation process, but not a co-ferment. But from smelling this coffee after being brewed, it is so unique. I know I said the same thing on the last one. I know, but in the cup, there is something there so unique that I have never smelled in coffee before. Oh my goodness. You know, it's like a perfume. You guys, what are you guys doing to me? This is so much fun. I can't, you know, you guys send me these things and where do you guys find this stuff? You know, I've been blown away by the coffees you guys have sent me. I really have. I'm so sorry about Carrie's coffee. I never got it right. You know, I think Carrie likes coffee, again, like whiskey neat, coffee clean kind of thing, where, you know, Carrie just likes clean coffee, I think, and and very lightly roasted. To me, the really lightly roasted coffees, like I said, they're not very exciting. They don't bring like anything like really extra to the table. Not to say that they're not equally wonderful. The coffee the geisha that Nick sent me, that was a clean wash coffee. It was great. It was wonderful. You know, I don't remember if it was just a straight up washed. I don't remember. I don't recall right now. It might have had like a slight processing to it. I don't think so. It was very tea-like, it must have been washed. Again, I recognize it as a geisha. Just very delicate, very, very clean, very tea-like, some floral quality, little fruitiness. It was great. It really was great. This is so unique. I haven't tasted it yet because I'm blown away. It's like a perfume, like flowers, like, wow, but there's something else. I wish I could recognize this. There's something else with a great aroma, like, wow, maybe something that you would find like on a dessert. Not to say that it smells like very sweet. That's not at all. All right, let me taste it. Very unique. Wow. I'm gonna say this is not a co-ferment. Maybe they did some kind of fermentation process, but not a co-ferment with some fruits or something. Maybe it is, but well, if it is, this one's even more delicate. This one, they influenced the coffee flavor even less. It added this great aroma, whatever it is, it's just a great aroma. And I'm gonna say citrus. Oh, by the way, something funny happened. So last time, you know, that one of the tasting notes, I believe, on the other coffee was passion fruit. And I was like, no, I don't think it's like passion fruit. Then I looked it up, like, maybe I don't remember exactly what passion fruit, I know I've had it, maybe I don't remember exactly what it tastes like. So I Googled it. And it said it's very citrusy. So then I was like, I was right. I was right. So, you know, I said it's citrusy. So passion fruit is citrusy. So therefore, you know, the name in Spanish, I would have recognized it better. I think they call it maracuya. At least that's what I've heard it called before. It's this fruit. I think it has like a bunch of little small seeds inside. Usually you just, like I've had it like in smoothies. It's common to find it in smoothies here in Miami. Citrus, but there's something else. The aroma is associated with this particular flavor that I can't put my finger on it. I don't know or don't remember what it is. Maybe when I read it, I'll recognize it. I'll say, oh yeah, that's it. But definitely like some hints of citrus. Wow, you know, the way I brewed it, I would say it's perfect. It is perfect. It's got highs and lows, not overwhelming. I would say, man, this is, again, another special coffee. This is great. This is, Man, there's another flavor there that I wish I could put my finger on and guess at it, but I just don't know. Absolutely, there's something there. Okay, but you still have a lot of coffee flavor. It tastes lighter than you would imagine from looking at what the roast level looked like. In grinding it, it also felt like it should be lighter than what I was looking at because it was kind of dense. So yeah, I would say medium to light now. Although when you look at it, it definitely doesn't look that way. It looks medium or maybe even medium to like kind of dark, but it definitely does not taste like that. In grinding it, I could tell that that's not what it was. The aroma, very unique once again, and okay, but from like coffee aromas, this has been one of my favorite ones. One of the ones I received from ARP, like blew me away, and when I ground it and everything, but in the cup, it was not so special and spectacular like this one. It was still good. Man, wow. Okay, what is this? Let me put on my glasses. I want to read the tasting notes. Again, citrusy is very extremely well balanced between the sweetness and the acidity. I think I brewed it just right. It has highs and lows, a lot of flavor. I would say some kind of fermentation. I would not call it a co-ferment. If it is, it's, wow, even more of a delicate kind of thing that they did to it than the other one that said yellow fruits. And they were like dehydrated fruits. So in this case, we're gonna find out because, well, from the scent, I would say, yeah, they did something to this for sure. And from the flavor, I would say that perhaps, but I wouldn't call it a co-ferment because it's just very delicate. So let's take a look at it. All right, Joan, what did you do here, buddy? What did you do here? All right, Colombia El Placer. I think that was the same as the last one. Again, the roaster is Darkwoods Coffee. Darkwoods Coffee. I gotta say, top-notch job, top-notch. I love the packaging, but you might want to take it out of this container and put it in something that's sealed. Okay, so what does it say? Carbonic purple fruit. So maybe this is another co-ferment. I don't know. Does that mean purple fruits? Oh man, yeah, it's like, okay, remember I said that maybe, yeah, it's like grape, but like, not like, this is like some kind of grape candy. Okay, that's what I want to say. Oh, that's what it is. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it's definitely like some kind of grape candy. I wouldn't just say grape. I would say like some kind of grape candy with like some kind of lavender type of thing to it. The aroma, the flavor. Oh, for sure. It's like, you see that acidity, kind of, I would say like some kind of Jolly Rancher grape. Do they have Jolly Rancher's grape? Okay, if they have Jolly Rancher, I know that tartness of the Jolly Rancher candy. If they have a Jolly Rancher grape, which I think they do, that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Oh man, this is delicious. It's another great, I'm gonna have to freeze some of this one too. I'm telling you right now. Wow, Joan. All right, so carbonic purple fruit. Now, is it a co-ferment though? All right, let's see. El Placer, owned by Sebastian Ramirez, is a pioneering coffee farm situated at over 1,700 meters in, I think it says Colarca, Quindio. Wow, I don't know where that's at, guys. Maybe I'll look it up and put it here on the screen. Focusing on modern processing, yeah, and big flavors. Okay, I'm gonna agree with that. Arabica cherries are pulped and undergo a 120-hour carbonic honey fermentation. Okay, with the addition of dehydrated, once again. The other one was yellow fruit, this is purple fruits. So of dehydrated purple fruits, I don't know what, I mean, a lot of fruits are purple, I don't know what that could mean. Big juicy flavors of grape soda. Oh, so now they go to grape soda. You know, I would take it further than that and say grape Jolly Ranchers, because the level of acidity I'm getting is quite pleasant. It's definitely there. I wouldn't say high at all. It's kind of medium, but just beautiful. Concord grape plum juicy. Definitely juicy. Concord grape 100%. As far as plum, you know, I don't know, it's nothing like the red plum that we got from September. That was absolutely red plum. There was no denying it, just from the smell. This one, man, it's like a candy. Like it's also like some floral, like lavender, floral quality to it. And the acidity, definitely grape, but that acidity is what makes it for me like a Jolly Rancher. So, wow, this is wonderful. I'm gonna finish it. I don't want the video to get like super long. I'm gonna finish it and then we'll go to the other counter and try to pull a shot of espresso with it and see what happens. All right, give me a second. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so I have one last little sip of the coffee here in the cup. And you know, now that it's cooling, it's a little bit more apparent as far as the funkiness to it. It's still very, very delicate as far as this co-fermentation process goes. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you know what? The roast level is over here. Now that I have my glasses on and I can see this, it's between light and medium, so a medium light. And I would say that from brewing it, and I would say that from grinding it, but not from looking at it. Absolutely not. I would go, you know, this would have definitely been on the medium or maybe even on this one, but just from the looking at it. But definitely that's what it is. It's a medium light. Wow, what a delicious coffee. Between this one and the other one, it's hard to say. It's hard to call it. They're both equally wonderful. They're very distinct. Okay, you could easily pick out one or the other. You know, as far as co-ferments go, by far the ones that I've tried with the most kind of delicate kind of fermentation process. I think there's something to this dehydrated fruits. Definitely the fact that the fruit is dehydrated, maybe that's what is causing the flavor, the coffee flavor, to still come through a lot more than with some of the other co-ferments. As a matter of fact, when you open this can of coffee, you don't even get any funkiness to it. I didn't really, or not even from grinding it. I only went like, whoa, there's something way different here when I actually brewed it and smelled it in the cup after being brewed. Then it was very apparent. Now, funny enough, this is the only one that's done that. I think all the other ones, I mean, the black and white one was super like horrible smelling in the bag and when you ground it. I mean, it was not good. The strawberry from Good Brothers, not so much, but still quite, you know, not very pleasant when it's dry and when you grind it. But both of those, when you brew them, they smell great and not so unique like this one. This is a lot more, I'm telling you, you get like that lavender, like flower kind of smell, and then the grape comes through. All right, I enjoyed that. Okay, so I have my 18 grams here. Oh, so now this timed out, so it's gonna be at 0, but that's okay. I'm gonna grind on the 0, and when I place it back on here, it should read 0. Nothing plus, nothing minus. I'm at 13.5 as far as my grind size. Hey guys, I have to do some maintenance. As soon as I get back from Chicago, you know, I gotta do some maintenance. I gotta lubricate the brew level, the brew level handle cam thing again inside. I can't even say the words. I gotta lubricate that. And this time, I'm gonna try to do it in a faster way. I'm not gonna, like the gentleman suggested, I'm not gonna pull the camshaft out so that then I don't have to remove the bottom piece. And I'll just add some lubricant maybe on I don't know, on a Q-tip or on something, and just add it in, or maybe even with my finger, reach in there and get some lubricant on there, and then move the handle around, and that should lubricate everything and not have to pull the cam out, which will cause you to then have to remove the bottom piece, and it should make the job a lot faster. So, as soon as I get back from Chicago, I have to do that. I don't know if I'll record a video to it, but I'll let you guys know what happened, and if it's easy to do that way, better than having to remove the bottom part. And then I'm gonna also, finally put in the brew burst on the niche and compare the niche duo and zero as far as filtered coffee and see what happens with that. I definitely want to try that. I'm guessing I'll be able to taste some kind of flavor difference with with the brew burst. We'll see when we get to that. All right, let's grind this 18 grams and see. But yeah, I got some maintenance that I have to do. Oh, I gotta show you guys too that maybe I'll record a video to it, because I gotta show you guys. I got a little vacuum to kind of vacuum inside the grinders. I think it'll make the job easier and faster and better. Maybe not, but I'll report to you guys and let you know how that goes. So let's grind this and see what we get. Okay, so yeah, there you see the roast level again. Definitely this coffee doesn't look like a medium light. It looks like a straight up medium, or maybe even medium dark. So, I mean, to me, for sure, but definitely they're saying medium light. Well, grinding it, that's what it felt like, and tasting it, that's what it tastes like. So I'm gonna have to agree with them, although by looking at it, it doesn't seem to be. Okay, so we are at 13 and a half, like I said. Again, we'll try to do one of those shots that I like, man. I gotta say, I'm gonna stick to that because it's just to me, it's just great. So we'll do today with this kind of coffee, maybe like 20-second pre-infusion, and shoot for like 30 seconds at 9 bars. And so overall, maybe around 50 seconds. And let's see if we could do that and accomplish that with this grind size, which I have no clue. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we got the tea pets hanging out with us today on the counter. So they're coffee pets too now. Okay, let's see if we're at 0. We should be at 0. Oh, man, that niche 0. I'm telling you guys, if you already own a niche 0, okay, unless I taste like some kind of meaningful difference, once I try the duo for pour overs, which is my whole intention is to keep the 0 for espresso and the duo for my pour overs. And if I could taste an obvious difference, then I'll tell you guys, man, it's definitely, but I love the look. I don't regret, I think it was Wojtek that he said that maybe I was regretting a bit of getting, not at all. I love my setup. I wanted to have a flat burr grinder and a conical. The niche combo is the way to go for me. I am an absolute niche fanboy. I do not regret it in a bit. I absolutely love them. And I love my whole, white setup and everything. I gotta say, I enjoy it a whole bunch. So no, I do not regret it. I gotta get my machine going again. All right, let's do some puck prep. Okay, so 18 in, 18 out. Okay, we're gonna start by fluffing things up in here before I put it into the portafilter, like we usually do. Again, there's almost no funkiness to this coffee when you smell it like this. You could tell there's something going on. I would say it's a fermented coffee for sure, maybe a natural with some kind of fermentation, like the Good Brother Costa Rican coffee, something like that. I would definitely not call it a co-ferment, and it is. But now once you brew it, the smell, then you get it. You're like, something's going on here, more than meets the eye. But even at that, I would still say it's maybe like like a natural or, with some kind of fermentation, or a honey with some kind of fermentation, but not a co-ferment. I still wouldn't say that. So, all right, let's, okay, this is dry, but we do have a little condensation. Okay. All right. I hope when I get out to Chicago, I run into the Pasado boys. I'm gonna have some fun with that one if that happens. Let's see. But I'm definitely looking forward to maybe running into them. It'll be some fun. Fun times. Let me bring you guys in closer for the rest of the puck prep. All right, right there you should be able to see it. In name of Pasado, today we're gonna tamp with the Pasado tamper and see what happens. Okay, so this is my Pasado WDT. Look at how beautiful this is. Why can't they make me my tamping station? Come on, Pasado. Again, blind shaker. Guys, unless you're gonna get the Elon Musk one, the SpaceX one, just do some WDT. Do yourself a favor. When things land, they just land. They land, however, and you still have to do some WDT. As a matter of fact, I've seen a few videos where people use the blind shaker, they dump it in, and then they do the WDT. So I don't see what's the point. I don't get it. I'm not saying it doesn't work. If things go precisely the way they land, in a very precise way, perhaps I'm not denying that maybe it's better, perhaps, but I'm gonna keep on doing WDT. All right, here we go. New angle for the tamp. I hope nothing happened with the last clip that I just recorded just before this one, because the phone did something a little bit strange, but I think we'll be okay. I think it should be fine. If not, you might have heard a little voiceover or God knows. All right, Pasado. We're gonna tamp with Pasado today. Again, even the size of the tamper is supposed to be very precise. I believe it's a 58.5 or something like that. But I gotta say, the one that came with the Lelit, this tamper, it's a bit more precise. And I've said it time and time again, that this little beveled edge is what kind of gets me to not be able to tamp, perfectly leveled. But let's see, I've been getting a little better. And I know some people, oh my God, that's horrible. That's horrible. That was not good at all. So that's why I always check, with 4 points of reference here, kind of make it nice and even. I think that should be good. It's just hard to tell with this beveled edge. I don't get the point of that. And I love that tamper. It's freaking beautiful. I love it, but okay. Enough of that. So now we come in with the puck screen. But anyway, you can, you have that line in there for reference. You can kind of check around, and it looks perfectly leveled. Drop our puck prep, and here we go. What did I say? Puck prep? Drop our puck screen, and let's lock it in, and here we go. All right, so here we go for this shot. Temperature's at 95. We're gonna start with the paddle at 5 o'clock like we usually do. We're gonna pull the shot with the Akaya today. Again, just never fails. Okay, let's get our cup up here. Okay, we should be good to go there. Okay, it beeped twice, that's unusual, but I've never gotten a glitch from it, so it should, it should work fine. And again, guys, I have to do maintenance. This thing is bone dry. I have to come back and add some lubricant on there. Okay, here we go. Let's, again, 20-second pre-infusion between 2 and 3 bar, somewhere in there. And then I'll ramp up slow to 9 bar, hopefully for another 30 seconds. Let's see. Okay, here comes the pressure. Gotta level it off. Somewhere around here. Okay, we're starting to get some drips now. We're at 20 seconds. I'm gonna ramp up slow. Oh, that's beautiful right there. Beautiful ramp up, nice and slow. Take it to 9 bar. And we're looking for 45 grams out. So a 1 to 2.5, 18 in, 45 out. See if we can hit it at around 50 seconds. We're gonna go over that, but let's see. Okay, we ended up at 45.3 in 37 seconds since first drip, 53 seconds overall. So I just barely went over from what I was shooting for, but God, I gotta say, man, with the Bianca's flow control, you can kind of hit this every single time. It's crazy. Anyway, let me give it a quick taste, see if it's good. Wow, I love the crema from this coffee, looks nice. Turn off the Akaya. Let me turn off this camera. We don't need it anymore. Okay, let's give it a swirl, taste it. I have a feeling this is gonna be delicious. I mean, I hit that, I hit that right on point. Okay, the aroma, you know, as espresso, you could still get that aroma. You still get the same aroma like the pour over. Oh yeah, absolutely. And the flavor's all there. It is all there. Absolutely. Okay, let's take it over to the other counter and talk about it a little bit more. All right, let's give it a little swirl. Cheers. Obviously, you know, as espresso, there's more intensity. Espresso is just more intense. You know, I would say that it's got a little bit of like that salted caramel note. But still, you get that, the Jolly Rancher grape. Little bit of that, what I'm calling lavender, kind of like flowery kind of smell to it. Okay, as espresso, I like the better as pour over. Okay, as espresso, acidity is a bit high for me, and you know, it's not that the acidity is too high, it's more like it's lacking a little bit of the sweetness. Okay, a little bit of the sweetness. But still, very unique flavor. I gotta say, it's a good, really good shot. For those of you that like a more brightness and acidity, this is gonna be right down your alley there. For me, at least the way I pull the shot is lacking a little bit of the sweetness. It's still, the acidity is a bit high. That's what I'm gonna say. Now, the grape is still very apparent. It's got a little bit of like salted caramel kind of there in the background. That's what I'm gonna say. A lot of flavor. It is, as far as flavors, a lot of flavor to this coffee. As pour over, it's just a lot more delicate. And I enjoyed the acidity in pour over. For me, it's like a must. I mean, it's like wonderful. I shouldn't say must, okay? Because sometimes you just have like a sweet coffee, very little acidity or no acidity, but it still has a lot of sweetness, very smooth, easy to drink, and I can have that as well. You know, I'm very flexible when when it comes to coffee. But yeah, this is definitely not like a classic profile. This is more, for sure, like new wave, what people are drinking nowadays. And in that sense, it's wonderful. So It's good coffee. As pour over, I liked it better. As espresso, it's still, I can go for this sometimes, for sure. But you guys know what I always gravitate to as far as like my favorite espresso shots was like coffees from like that Drippolator or that Congo Kivu from Good Brothers. That's more traditional, but still with some acidity and some like berryness on top of everything. But you will still get some of that chocolate, some of that burnt sugar, molasses type flavors. You're gonna get caramel. You're gonna get those kind of flavors, along with a little bit of acidity and berryness to it on the front end. Okay, this one, the acidity again is just it's a bit high for my taste, and it's lacking a bit of the sweetness that some of those other profiles are gonna give you. But still, wonderful coffee. Thank you, Joan. Once again, thank you so much for sending this over. This has been an experience. The next time we see each other, guys, I should be fresh back from the Chicago show, and maybe we'll have some fun things to talk about. Let's see what happens. But thank you guys for spending the time here with me today. I love hanging out, and this is what, all I'm looking for as far as this channel. I will review things when I get new things or somebody sends something over. I will, review it for sure. Again, guys, check out this company, the Gemini Coffee Tools. Check them out. The fact that they are willing to, show their support for such a small channel like mine, I really appreciate it. And again, I'm gonna talk about it more and, open it up and show you guys what it looks like, and I'll do something a little bit more, dedicated to just this. So, but check them out. Joan, once again, thank you for the coffee. I appreciated hanging out with you guys. Again, I hope that you guys got a little laugh or learned something from this whole experience. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see you guys next Sunday morning. Cheers, take care. Man, good to the last drop. Sad to see you go, buddy.